Okay, so M4 Max finally arrived. Base model, 36 gigs of RAM. Was it? I think it's 14 core CPU, 30 core GPU, etc. 512 gigs of RAM. Blah blah blah. Let's unbox it. This is actually a pretty sizable box. So for frame of reference, I'm coming from an M1 Pro 14-inch MacBook Pro. So that had the 8-core CPU, 14-core GPU base model. I've been with that. I got it in 2022. I'm just now upgrading 3 years later. So I know it's an upgrade, but I was going back and forth between this and the M4 Pro Mac Mini. I ended up going with this because when I upgraded the M4 Pro Mac Mini a little bit, I started getting really close to this price, and this is still a stronger machine. So we're gonna see. Okay, so should I lay this down? Or, yep, called it great. Right. This packaging is extra. But hey, when it costs $1,800, well, they actually still gave me $660 for my base model MacBook Pro, and I paid about the same for that one as I did for this one, so it was about $1,700. So out of pocket, I think it was only $13. So not bad, especially considering I still got a third of it back, and this is a much more powerful machine. So I think that's all that actually comes with this, thankfully. This is a lot of cardboard for, okay, some documentation here. This is an obscene amount of cardboard just for that. I mean, it's protected though, because shipment companies are not good. So got documentation. Very nice power cable though. I'm not gonna lie. This is a fancy power cable. And then the Mac Studio. It's wrapped. How do they make for this to be unwrapped? Okay, so right here. Okay. Ah, got it. So main reason I went with this one over the M4 Pro Mini. One, I do shoot a lot of photos with my cameras. I got an A7 III and an A7 CR. And I didn't want to have to use a Thunderbolt dock or some type of USB-C hub to get the photos off. So this, having it built in, was a plus. And then I wanted the 10 gig Ethernet port, which on the Mac Mini is an extra $100. So this one, it also just has the connectivity that I want, and I don't have to worry about the power button at the bottom, which wouldn't have been a big deal for me, but hey. So I plan on like putting it right here. I'm curious, where can it fit though? It can actually fit under here. So I made this shelf. I had no idea that I'd be getting a Mac Studio, but it actually fits under here. So I actually might just set it right here. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna plug it in, hook it up to my display, and set it up. Do some test here. This is Gigapixel 8. It's a photo upscaler. And we're actually gonna push this thing. So let's see. We're gonna do like a 2-time upscale. That's pretty good. But I don't want this to be a JPEG anymore. So let's see if you can go to a PNG. How long is this gonna take? Okay, so 16-bit. Yeah, preserve that. How long is this gonna take? Oh, done. All right, folders. Okay, to a PNG file. That's pretty quick. And I did a pretty good job, minus like some little things down here that honestly you could touch up in a program. So whether you're using Photoshop or Pixelmator or something like that, but this is actually isn't bad. Especially with some of the other things that's not even really the focal point of the photo. Let's see. Let's zoom in. Let's actually go to another part of it. Let's see. I don't. I say like, how do I? Why won't it just scroll over? Let's see. Ah, come on, not there. All right. They need. This photo app is trash. Like, okay, there we go. Yeah, that's actually not bad. I'm pretty sure that didn't look like that. Let me look at the original. Over here, it falls apart some. And like these really small details back here, but it still did it pretty quick. And at a zoomed out thing, like this being the whole photo, that's actually not bad at all. All right, so let's see. This is the original. Let's see how the original holds up. So we got right here. See, zoom. I really dislike this photo app, like the base one. It's trash. All right. No, just I don't want to do a mask. I just want to zoom in on the photo without having to do this. This is dumb. Yeah. Okay. So that's that's a pretty sizable difference between the two. So it did it quick. So you do a side by side, and I converted this to a PNG. So I remember trying to do this on my M1 Pro, and it took a bit. You could walk away, and the computer, when you came back, the laptop was hot. This chewed through it, no sweat. Haven't heard the fans at all kick up. Let's see. So close window. Let me try another one. Technically, this isn't a high resolution image, so that one wouldn't work. So that's a scale of, okay, so let's try with a scale of 4. A 4 times scale. Okay, upscale. What are the fine details? Sharpen, face recovery. It could, okay, up there. Nope, that's not compression. Is it over sharpened? Let's see. Okay, yeah, it needs a little bit more denoising. Okay, so right there, clean up a bit, and still there's good enough detail here. If you were going to go in and brush this off, you could. So okay, we're gonna do a 4-time scale of this. Export the image. We're still going to do it with the conversion to a PNG. So it's going from a JPEG to a PNG just to see. All right. Save. So yeah, it's taking longer to save the file than it is to actually process it. Okay, done. What do we got here? 601 megabytes. So open this up. Times 4. Like, yeah, this cleaned this up. Like, this wasn't even really visible. Like, I knew what it said, but it wasn't really visible. And if you're not zooming in, honestly, this is a really good upscale. Just to my like immediate eye. This is really clean. Like, even when I zoom in, like outside of like some spots here on this boat, back here, yeah. This is actually really good if you're not zooming in. We can see some things like over here where it fell apart. And like, yeah, with this text, if you zoom in, yeah, you can start to see it. But honestly, like, this is the way I took the picture. So it was taken to be viewed like this. And you're not really going to notice or see a lot of that. Really impressive. All right. Close that. So yeah, this program runs substantially better than what it did beforehand. But then even when you have like certain other apps, like I use Photomator a lot. So these are just like some pictures that I took for work that my wife has done. She like does a lot of alterations. So we have this one. Let's see, we can open the raw. And usually it's just, I do something simple, like just do a subject mask, which it does pretty good on that overall. Every once in a while, it misses something. So then, we can just add this in to make sure you get all of that. And then we can just duplicate and invert. Rename. Backdrop. And then this one, this is the mask for the actual dress. So we do backdrop. We're working with certain lighting here, so we don't have like an actual studio. I try to do the best that I can do to help make the dress the focal point. Blur out the background. It's not important. And then all the other enhancements we can do for the dress. So So we got those right there. And do a little bit of denoising. Not much. Because I don't want to lose too much texture. Like if I kick it all the way up. Right there. So, yep, even something simple like that. This thing just flies through it, especially with the denoising. Like, I remember before with the denoising, it would start off, it would go here, then it would go here, then it would jump here, then it would finish, and then it need a sec. But you saw here, just with the denoise, it just continuous motion. So here, I'm not doing a super resolution. Don't need that. Go on Instagram and then boom, just export it. Yeah. And it's already done with the export too. So super quick. Honestly, with everything normally that I'm doing, which is why I'm glad I kind of got the base model. I know the upgrade would have been faster overall. 64 gigs of RAM versus 36 and 8 extra GPU cores, but it's not as big of a jump with the upgrade of the M4 Max as opposed to just going from the base model M4 to the base model M4 Max. Like that in itself is already almost like a 10 times leap in performance. Upgrading the GPU cores a little bit and put more RAM in there, the jump wouldn't have been as big. And when I looked at it like that, I was like, I really don't want to spend an extra $900 for honestly what's not that big of a jump comparatively speaking. So that's part of why I got the base model, because it's going to be good enough for everything that I need to do. Most of my storage, I already do external storage for the most part for everything that I have. I have like a 2 terabyte Crucial X9, which is still more than fast enough. I don't even think I'm touching Thunderbolt speeds yet. So that's not something that I'm really pressed to have to go out and get immediately. Let's see if we can take a look at DaVinci Resolve next. Okay, so now we're in DaVinci Resolve. I got it open. I got just a little project done. It's just like some video shots of like this dress that my wife would worked on for a client. So it's pretty much just kind of like, a simple zoom in and then just some sweeping shots just to show off the work and show off the dress with then her logo fade in. So it's really simple. But one of the things that I've been working on, admittedly, I'm still learning Resolve and getting more into it, which is actually one of the things that prompted the upgrade. I learned about Magic Mask and applying the mask on the base M1 Pro. I mean, it could do it, but then when I tried to do like the playback and I added on any other effects, even if it was just simple noise reduction, that thing fell apart immediately. So I couldn't do like any playback, not even just a little bit. This one, I do the Magic Mask and it flies through it. Hold on, wait, I want to get rid of that. All right, we got to redo the whole mask now anyway. So we do that one. Whether it gets it right or not, we're gonna see. It's gonna do refine. All right, so now I have to track it both ways. Boom. All right. It's done. Let's see. We can refine it a bit more. Let's see. Which one? We could get rid of that one. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's actually just redo this one all together. Right here. All right. Let's see if we can do it. Track. Okay. So it's done. Let's see. We can sweep through. Overall, good job with the mask. There's just like a little bit of like where it bleeds on the outside, but you can clean that up. Not too bad, hopefully. I'm still trying to learn like the other masks too. Like I believe there's like polygonal mask and other tracking mask. I'm still working with learning those, but magic mask is what got me into actually wanting to learn how to do that, because it seemed pretty simple depending on the subject. On the other system, it would bog it down quite a bit when processing the mask depending on what it was. On this one, not so much. Okay, so here. So basically for this one, I have like a zoom blur in combination with this. They're both going together. And so we do the play, and then this is the play of it. And pretty much, really smooth playback. And I'm using, was it my Sony A7CR, which I know it's a photo camera mainly that happens to do video. I'm doing I think I did just the regular H. I need to try like HS, but for some reason, playback on the HS, it only does 24 and 60. I don't like 24 FPS filming. It just feels weird to me. I can do 30. And for what my wife does, I feel like 30 gives it the best look as opposed to 60. So, and then you can do the deliverable. Like I said, it doesn't take long either too for the exports. Let's see, we do another one right there, same folder. Yep, QuickTime H.264, add to input, and it's going to do the entire timeline. It's not going to take long at all. Which exporting was never really the issue. I mean, it kind of was depending on what you did, but the key thing for me was when I'm doing all of this stuff, how is the computer handling? Like, is it moving slow, or is it moving along fine to where I can respond and change stuff if I need to, or do I have to wait for the computer to catch up? And with the M1 Pro, I felt like I was having to wait a lot of time for the computer to finally catch up with what I wanted to do. So overall, really good just experience with this for what I'm seeking to do for it. I know there could be better. Yeah, the M3 Ultra is probably gonna be, well, it is gonna be better, especially if they do the updates to the software to take advantage of those two chips working together. But overall, the M4 Max, I believe for a lot of people, this is gonna be a good one.